What's up, everyone? A couple of weeks ago, I made a video why I hate the story of Star Fox Command. You know what? How about I talk about a game with a story that I love? My favorite in the franchise, Star Fox Assault. This game is 15 years old, and the plot still holds up. The third game in the Star Fox 64 timeline, carrying after 64 and Star Fox Adventures. Unlike the first two games, which have branching paths, Assault goes for a straightforward linear story like Adventures. The omission of branching paths might not sit well with everybody, but the way I see it, if you're gonna have a linear story, it better be a good one, and Assault doesn't disappoint. Assault's story is a logical follow-up to both Star Fox 64 and Star Fox Adventures. Alright, let's not waste any more time. It opens up in a big battle in space above planet Fortuna. The Cornerian army is up against the remnants of Andross's army, led by Andrew Oikini, a former Starwolf member, labeling himself as the heir of his uncle. Turns out, Andrew was a better strategist than the Cornerian army figured. Andrew's giving them a run for their money, and guess what shows up? The Great Fox! Yeah, that's right, Star Fox is here, and they're ready to go. Team Star Fox is at their best here. Let's start with the leader, Fox McCloud. Out of all the games, he's at his most leader-like here, giving well-thought-out commands, putting himself in danger before anyone else, and keeping the team morale steady. And he never felt too perfect. There are moments when he's confused, embarrassed, or angry. He feels so fleshed out here. I never had a problem with Slippy. I never saw him as a bad character. I made a video about that. Assault boosted his likability. He's always brave and caring, and Assault made him gutsier. There are moments when he is like, yeah, I'm not gonna take that, shut up. Falco's made some progress here. I know Nintendo wanted him to be the Raphael of the team by making him snarky and sarcastic. 64 got a little carried away with it by making him, well, rude. Too rude. In Assault, he still has that edge, but he's a lot nicer here. He properly thanks Fox. Not so hard, now is it? Crystal has changed the most out of all the members. In Star Fox Adventures, she was this tribal woman who knew magic and ancient languages. In Assault, she's so accustomed to this new world she's been brought into, knowing all about spaceships and military weapons. And good thing she's a full member. She was barely in Adventures. She was in the beginning and ending, that's it. The majority of the game, she wasn't that involved. Assault makes up for that. She's in every chapter, she plays a prominent role in the story as the team telepath, sensing danger approaching or from far away. Also, Crystal brought a feminine touch into the team. It wouldn't be complete without her. Rob64 is there, and he's the same as ever. And last but not least, Peppy. Peppy has always been my favorite Star Fox character. This experienced fighter who will stick around until he can't. The only thing that will stop him is retirement. Peppy is the team father figure. He advises these four, motivates them, expresses concern for them. You can tell he cares about these four. He can also be a little pushy at times. Fox, get that thing and run like hell! Okay. There's a lot more I have to say about Peppy later on. After General Pepper fills him in on Andrew's operation, the team boards their R-Wings and gets ready to fight. Alright, let's rock and roll! The team chases Andrew's flagship amidst the Armada. I love the banter between these four. They support each other and also rip on each other. Hey, you got bogeys on your tail, quit messing up. It just feels so organic and real to hear this. Andrew scurries into planet Fortuna. The chase continues below the atmosphere. As the chase ends, Andrew decides it's time to fight. His flagship transforms into a giant Andross wannabe. A nice little callback to the final boss of Star Fox 64, only much, much easier. Andrew keeps boasting about how superior he is and all that, until suddenly, he's shot down. And what shot him down? This thing! Peppy is horrified of it, and he hints that he's seen it before. Crystal struggles to read its mind due to its strange thought patterns. Fox destroys the butterfly from hell and finds something interesting in its corpse. Peppy tells him to grab it before... Oh crap, there are more of them. Yeah, Fox, get that thing. So Fox retrieves it and gets out of Fortuna. Wow, what an opening chapter! We start off in familiar territory with a known villain, a sub-villain, and then the sub-villain is shot down by a new threat, making it much more menacing. And you know what? From this point on, it keeps getting better. Slippy's father, Beltino Toad, tells them what they faced. It was called an Aparoid. Giant machine insect creatures that thrive for destruction. The Lilac Force has encountered one 17 years prior. This does bring up a plot hole. So if the Aparoids attacked before, why did they disappear? It's never explained, but it's a minor detail, I'll let it slide. The thing that Fox retrieved was a core memory. Beltino needs a bigger sample to do a thorough study on. At the same time, there's a distress signal from Cantina. They can't contact whoever sent the signal, so Fox goes in to investigate. Upon arrival, the Aparoids appear, and Fox smashes them all with his blasters and the Landmaster. I love the Landmaster in this game. Okay, moving on. After destroying the larger Aparoid, the core memory is ready for taking. All of a sudden, that distress signal stopped. Then, Pigma Dengar appears. Turns out he was the one who sent the signal, and he used Fox to get rid of the Aparoid so he can easily take the core memory to pawn it. Pigma sucks. Pigma was one of the original 3 Star Fox members, consisting of Peppy Hare and Fox's father, James McCloud. Pigma sold the 2 out to Andros, resulting in James's death and Peppy narrowly escaping, joining the new Star Fox team. Afterwards, Pigma joined Star Wolf, swearing allegiance to Andros. Yeah, Pigma is scum. The Aparoids are invading, everyone's in danger. But no, take that core memory to help yourself. More on Pigma later. Star Fox tracks Pigma to the Sargasso base, where it's under the control of Star Wolf. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a fight. Fox and Slippy go down to the base to seize control of it, and then Star Wolf appears. The team's a little different now. Wolf and Leon are still on board, and the new member is Panther, the self-proclaimed ladies' man. The rose painted on his wolfin is a nice touch. There's a fight against Star Wolf, for old time's sake. Afterwards, Fox questions where Pigma is. Wolf explains that he kicked Pigma out. Also, if he sees Pigma again, he'll open fire. Wolf never liked Pigma. Panther points to Ficina, after hitting on Crystal, which he does on multiple occasions. Star Wolf takes their leave and swears that they'll have their victory someday. So up next is Ficina. Fox slips down into the mechanism that controls the weather. The security robots strangely attack him, not recognizing who he is. Falco swoops in and saves Fox. Fox hitches a ride on the R-Wing, before this bit of banter between the two. Hey, just do me a favor and try not to fall off. Hey, just worry about not getting shot down, okay? There's a bit of a Leonardo and Raphael dynamic between these two that I never paid attention to before. After a turret section with the plasma cannon, Slippy realizes that the Aparoids can corrupt machines. And then, Pigma shows up. He uses the core memory to corrupt one of Ficina's engineering. If left unchecked, it could cause an explosion. Pigma takes this chance to leave while Star Fox prevents the explosion. Screw you, Pigma. After destroying the engineering, they realize that machines can be easily controlled because they have weak wills. Fox wonders if that'll work for living things that have weak wills as well. Meanwhile, Pigma keeps muttering, "Obey us, obey us." Could this be the work of the Aparoids? Okay, no more fooling around. Let's get that pile of vermin Pigma and retrieve the core memory. The team flies through the asteroid belt. As they traverse through the meteors, they find empty wolfins. Crystal figures that Star Wolf must have abandoned ship. The team blasts their way through a facility that's been corrupted by the Aparoids. We see more of them as we get closer to the end. The team finally finds Pigma, only he's outside of his ship, and under full influence of the Aparoids, he fuses with a giant mechanism. He keeps saying, "You must join us." Then he transforms into this gargantuan monstrosity. Pigma's mind has been wiped out. He's now an obedient machine. Pigma has a cautionary character arc. He started off with high honors, a member of Star Fox. If he stayed on board, he could have retired and lived the rest of his life peacefully. But that wasn't good enough for him. His greed and selfishness got the best of him. He succumbed to his greed and betrayed his friends. He joined a new team and none of them like him. He's been kicked out of that team and now travels the galaxy in an old, beat-up ship that reflects how he is. This negative path resulted in him transforming into what he's always been, a subservient monster. Star Fox does the galaxy a favor and kills him. With the core memory retrieved, Star Fox is ready to end this. The team handed the core memory to Beltino. It should all be smooth sailing now. Then all of a sudden, Crystal senses screams of pain and suffering from Saria. That's right. The Aparoids attacked the dinosaur planet. They're infecting the inhabitants, much to everyone's horror. Fox and Crystal go down there to rid the planet of the Aparoids. Crystal is so passionate and angry here. This world is her home. You can understand her fury. With Saria saved, Prince Tricky shows up. He is overjoyed to see Fox and Crystal. Then Tricky pounces on Fox like a dog. Tricky is now 3 times taller and heavier. The reunion between Fox and Tricky is just cute. Tricky wants to go with them, but Fox tells him, "Saria needs you. You're in charge here, buddy." And the music that plays here, it feels like it should be in Star Fox Adventures. Oh, and I love the moment where Tricky hints on Fox and Crystal getting married someday, and Fox acts like such a schoolboy about it. "What? We're not yet. We're not, shut up, Tricky." And Crystal is laughing about it. We know there's something special between these two. Right, Command? While Star Fox was fighting in Saria, the Aparoids invaded Corneria, the stronghold of the Lilac forces. The city has been overrun by Aparoids. The soldiers are now mind-controlled zombies. General Pepper tries contacting them, but he's been cut off. Fox has to go down to destroy the signal jammers, all of which that look like Black Doom's floating eye. I swore I wouldn't reference Sonic this time. With all the jammers taken care of, Fox's R-Wing has been destroyed by the Aparoids. He's cornered. There's no way out. And then, the unlikeliest of allies appears. It's Wolf. Wolf decides that these two should put their differences aside for now and fight the Aparoids together. When I first saw this, I was like, are they teaming up? They are so teaming up! Fox and Wolf team up! These two were bitter rivals in Star Fox 64. Throughout the story in Assault, Wolf shows that he isn't all bad. He recognized Pigma for the slime that he was, and he's aware that the Aparoids pose a serious danger to the entire galaxy. If he wants to live, he has to destroy the Aparoids. And working with Fox, his arch enemy, is the way to go. And he does the adorable, "If anyone's gonna kill you, it's gonna be me" shtick. Whatever you say, buddy. So the rest of the stage is a turret section where Fox uses a plasma cannon on the wing of a Wolfen. Leon and Panther show up, and there's banter between Star Wolf and Star Fox. All seems well, until General Pepper arrives with his flagship, and he's not the one driving it. His body is no longer in his control. He's being affected by the Aparoids. Since his will is stronger than Pigma's, he can fight it off, but not much longer. Fox has to fight General Pepper, much to his dismay. Wolf tells him that he must accept it and fight. Fox does so, but he's not comfortable with it. General Pepper keeps saying, "You have to kill me! Do it before my body transforms! Kill me! Let me die with my honor!" Star Fox Assault can get dark at times. Star Fox 64 did have some dark elements with the death of Fox's father in the prologue, but it never came close to what Assault is doing. The criminals, Star Wolf working with the heroic team Star Fox, the respected general urging you to kill him before he becomes a demon. With the flagship destroyed, Pepper falls to his doom. Then Peppy hops his old bones into an R-Wing and softens the general's fall. Peppy saves Pepper, and jokes that he's not going to make retirement anytime soon. I think now's a good time to mention something about Peppy I haven't noticed before. He and Pigma are opposites. Both of them were members of Star Fox, but they went on separate paths. Peppy is honorable and loyal to a fault. Pigma will sell you out for a quick buck. Because Peppy is so good-natured and diligent, he stays with Star Fox as long as he can, and he even risks his life. Pigma only looks out for himself, and look how that turned out for him. Everybody loves Peppy, they respect him, they admire him. It's like I said, Peppy is the father figure of the team. Pigma is that deadbeat uncle who will keep asking for money. So don't be a Pigma, be a Peppy. The chapter ends with Wolf advising Fox to never hesitate, just act. Then he flies off. One of the best chapters, hands down. Next up, the Aparoid world. Beltino updates the team that he found a way to destroy the Aparoid Queen, a self-destruct program. They need to activate the orbital gate to teleport the team to the Queen's planet. Much to their surprise, the Aparoids are attacking with missiles. Missiles coming out of portals. It's Star Fox and the Cornerian army against the desperate Aparoids. Star Wolf once again steps in to help out. Star Wolf has proven to be so three-dimensional in this game. I love it. The missiles have been destroyed. Everything's ready to go. Beltino gives the team words of support, telling them to do their best, but to also come back alive. Okay, let's end this. Time to go to the Aparoid world. In the longest chapter of the game, Star Fox and the remaining Cornerian fighters have invaded the Aparoid world. There's a giant shield preventing entry. Fox goes to destroy the shield generators while the Cornerian fighters are taking out the Aparoids. They're going down one by one. It'll all come down to just Star Fox alone. Near the end, Peppy tells Fox, Falco, Slippy, and Crystal that he's proud of them. What are you talking about, Peppy? Stop acting like something's wrong. Much to everyone's frustration, there's still a giant shield in the way. Looks like they can't get in. And then, Peppy calls them and tells them to get out of his way. As they look around, they see the Great Fox with 1,000,000 Aparoids attached to it, and it looks like Peppy's been infected by them. He uses the Great Fox as a kamikaze against the shield, breaking it open. Peppy is going to sacrifice himself to give them this chance to take down the Aparoid Queen. Everyone is shocked and paralyzed. Fox tells them to focus and use this chance to get down in there. Peppy's sacrifice won't be in vain. This, in my opinion, is the best moment of the story. It's the most dramatic moment in all of Star Fox. Peppy, the lovable mentor to Fox and novice players in the late 90s, is risking his life to save the galaxy. We all know he's famous for that barrel roll line, but there's so much more to him. Peppy Hare is a true hero, from the beginning to the end. Inside the base, Starwolf appears for one final team-up. On their way to the Queen, they're distracted by security. Wolf tells Fox to split. They'll handle security, while Fox terminates the Queen. And so the two teams part ways. And now, we come face to face with the one pulling the strings. Andross! Just kidding. The team hovers before the Aparoid Queen, standing there motionless. She uses the voices of Pigma, General Pepper, Peppy, and Fox's deceased father James to try to convince them to stop fighting and join with her. Oh, she's asking for it. I gotta say, the Aparoid Queen is the best Star Fox villain. She is this emotionless, calculating, parasitic machine. Her only mission is to absorb and grow stronger. Absorb information, absorb machines, absorb organic life forms. Anything to become the ultimate species. But let's not forget the impact the Aparoids had on the entire galaxy. Every planet has been pushed into a corner, so much so that enemies team up, heroes turn into villains, villains become nightmares. This was all her. As good a villain that Andross is, he never had a moment that made him one of the biggest Nintendo baddies. But the Aparoid Queen? She is so underrated. I mean, this cutscene, using the voices of their deceased enemy and mentors to try to persuade them. She tries to touch their nerves. I think this is why she attacks Saria. She knows that place is important to them. The Aparoid Queen can learn about emotions and connections people have with each other, but she can never feel them. That makes her scary. The team is struggling, and then Fox remembers Wolf's advice. Don't hesitate, just act. Fox shapes himself up and says it's time to give the Queen her present. And the battle begins. The Queen protects herself in armor to prevent the program from being inserted into her, and she still uses the voices of their fallen comrades to persuade them. I love this part where Slippy tells their most dangerous foe to shut up. You've got balls, Slippy. Fox launches the program into her, but then she submerges deeper down into the base. Slippy figures that she'll create an antibody. The team goes in to execute the program before she can do that. The final battle feels so intense. Everything hinges on this victory. I don't blame you if you have chills. With the Queen destroyed, the base starts to crumble. The team escapes the base, making it outside safely. It feels like a hollow victory. There have been so many sacrifices during this. As Slippy looks to the distance, he sees a ship. And who answers? It's Peppy and Rob! They made it out in time! Peppy jokes that he really will retire after this. Oh buddy, you need it! Everyone is celebrating. Fox thanks his comrades and flies off, ending the story. Wow. This game's story went above and beyond to be the best it could be. A worthy follow-up to 64 and Adventures. It feels like a grand conclusion to everything. You heard me say how upset I was about Command derailing the timeline. But if there was a story to end the 64 timeline, this would be it. This feels like a fitting, satisfying finale to the 64 timeline. The story is increasingly gripping the more it goes on. The stakes are so high. The characters are at their best. Except Pigma, cause he sucks. This game has the best villain in Star Fox. It has the best music in Star Fox. I can't believe I haven't mentioned it yet. I can't say for sure that Assault is the best game in the franchise, but I can safely say that it has the best story in all of Star Fox. If you've never experienced Star Fox Assault before, I recommend giving it a try. It's not just the story that's good, I love playing it as well. The on-foot controls can feel a bit awkward sometimes, but you'll get the hang of it. And the multiplayer is amazing. Star Fox has yet to top this. I want Star Fox to continue. It may not bring back the Assault team since Nintendo has scrapped this long ago, but Star Fox in general, I want it to keep going. And I want it to get out of 64 territory. We don't need a 5th Star Fox 64 remake or reboot. Do something new. There is so much potential in the vast galaxy of Star Fox. Explore it. Anything you have to say about Star Fox Assault's story, or Star Fox Assault in general, comment below. Thanks for listening. Till next time.